Stop scrolling and watch this video before it gets deleted by the authorities. Hello, fellow patriots. In this video, I'm going to tell you why the U.S. is not a democracy, but a constitutional republic, and why this distinction is crucial for preserving the American freedom and uniqueness. If you're tired of hearing people call the U.S. a democracy, and you want to learn the truth about the U.S. political system, then smash that like button and follow or subscribe to my channel for more enlightening content. First of all, let me clarify what a democracy is. A democracy is a form of government where the people have the power to make decisions by voting. Sounds good, right? Well, not so fast. There are different types of democracies, and some of them are not so great. For example, there is direct democracy, where the people vote on every issue directly without any representatives or intermediaries. This might sound like the ultimate form of democracy, but it's actually very impractical and inefficient. Imagine having to vote on every single law, policy, or budget that affects your life. You would have no time for anything else. Plus, you would have to be an expert on everything, from economics to foreign affairs to healthcare. And what if you don't agree with the majority? Tough luck, buddy. You have no say in the matter. Then there is representative democracy, where the people elect representatives who make decisions on their behalf. This is the most common type of democracy in the world today, and it's what most people think of when they hear the word democracy. But guess what? The U.S. is not a representative democracy either. Why? Because in a representative democracy, the representatives are supposed to reflect the will of the people who elected them. But do they really? How many times have you seen politicians lie, cheat, steal, or break their promises? How many times have you seen politicians serve their own interests or those of their donors or lobbyists instead of those of their constituents? How many times have you seen politicians ignore or violate the Constitution or the rule of law? Too many times, that's how many. So, what is the U.S. then? The U.S. is a constitutional republic. This means that the people elect representatives who are bound by a constitution that limits their power and protects the rights of the people and the states. The Constitution is the supreme law of the land, and it can only be changed by a supermajority of both the people and the states. The Constitution also establishes a system of checks and balances among three branches of government: the executive, the legislative, and the judicial. This way, no one branch can become too powerful or tyrannical. The U.S. is not a democracy. It is a constitutional republic. We can't keep saying democracy. It just means that the U.S. is no different than Canada, England, and Europe, and that they are no longer free. The U.S. fought in a civil war to separate itself from the rest of the world and be unique. I'm a supporter of what the U.S. founding fathers wanted, so saying that the U.S. is a democracy is spitting at the founding fathers. The founding fathers knew very well the dangers of democracy. They studied history and philosophy and learned from the mistakes of previous civilizations that collapsed under mob rule or tyranny. They knew that democracy was nothing more than two wolves and a sheep voting on what to have for dinner. They knew that democracy was incompatible with liberty and individual rights. They knew that democracy was a gateway to socialism and communism. That's why they created a constitutional republic instead of a democracy. They wanted to ensure that the U.S. would be a land of freedom and opportunity for generations to come. They wanted to create a system that would protect the rights of minorities from the tyranny of majorities. They wanted to create a system that would encourage civic virtue and responsibility among citizens. They wanted to create a system that would foster innovation and prosperity among states. Electing political parties is also not part of being free, but voting for individuals in each community is true freedom. The founding fathers also warned us about the dangers of political parties. They saw how political parties divided nations and corrupted governments in Europe. They saw how political parties created factions and conflicts among citizens. They saw how political parties undermined the principles and values of republicanism. That's why they advised us to avoid political parties and vote for individuals based on their character and merit instead of their party affiliation. They wanted us to be independent thinkers and informed voters who would choose leaders who would uphold the Constitution and serve the common good. They wanted us to be united as Americans first and foremost, not as Democrats or Republicans or anything else. So, my fellow patriots, the next time you hear someone call the U.S. a democracy, correct them and tell them that the U.S. is a constitutional republic. The next time you see someone vote for a political party, remind them that they should vote for individuals based on their qualifications and integrity. The next time you feel like giving up on the U.S., remember what the Founding Fathers fought for and what they left us as a legacy. The U.S. is not a democracy. It is a constitutional republic, and it's up to us to keep it that way. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please share it with your friends and family. And don't forget to comment below and tell me what you think about this topic. Do you agree or disagree with me? Why or why not? I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. And now, for the open-ended question that blows your mind. What if the U.S. was a democracy instead of a constitutional republic? How would that change the course of history and the future of the world? Let me know in the comments section below. Until next time, stay free and stay woke.